Several years ago, I was hired by a company to fly down to Birmingham, Alabama, and give some financial presentations to the employees there. And after one of the presentations, I had an employee come up to me and he was asking me about his 401k, his asset allocation. He was a younger guy, probably had 20 to 25 years until retirement. And I made a comment to him, something to the effect of, put your money in the market, just forget about it, let it grow. And then I said, and between now and then, pray for 1 to 2 really bad market corrections. And that took him back quite a bit. He wasn't really ready to hear that. He thought, why would I want market corrections when I'm putting money into this thing? And I realized at that point, it dawned on me that we've kind of maligned the idea of market corrections because we look at them through the lens of a retired person, someone who's living on their assets. Well, of course they don't want to see market corrections happen. But for the majority of people who are working, who are still contributing to these accounts and who have lots of time before they need this money, a market correction is not only fine, it's one of the best things that can happen to you. I mean, think about it. What is so scary about a market correction for someone who has 20 to 25 years until retirement? Look at the dot-com bubble. The market was down for 3 years in a row, and yet it recovered just 7 years after it started. With the real estate collapse and the financial crisis, the market dropped 58% in 16 months, but recovered fully in 5 years. With COVID, we saw the market drop 38% in 3 weeks, and yet it recovered fully in around 4 months. And then more recently, with the tariff announcements on Liberation Day, the market dropped 9 or 10% in a week and recovered fully in 6 weeks. So if you have 20 to 25 years until you need this money, what are you so afraid of? I know you get your statement every month and it's got this big red number on it that shows how much money you've lost, and that's scary. I understand that. But what you're not looking at is that every couple weeks, your paycheck is putting more contribution into your account, buying shares at lower prices. Your investments are yielding dividends and interest payments that are buying more shares at lower prices. It's like a President's Day sale at Macy's, except it's not Macy's, it's Wall Street, and you're buying shares at lower prices that will eventually recover before you need the money. It's honestly one of the greatest things that can happen to you while you're in your working years. So if you have 20 to 25 years before retirement and there's a market correction, do not be afraid of it. You should be licking your chops because it's Black Friday sale on Wall Street and there's no line.